What up, guys? Spotter here for Destiny. We got the weekly update that was just posted for October 24th, 2014. And I got some gameplay. This is back from the Iron Banner because we're going to be talking a lot about the Iron Banner as part of this update. It's not the best gameplay. I mean, it's not bad, but I didn't record everything, and I used some other recordings. So this is just some gameplay to have in the background because we're going to be talking about the Iron Banner. All right, so I'm going to read quite a bit of this, actually, because it's quite interesting. So this week at Bungie, this is posted by Deej over on Bungie's forums or Bungie's site, so I'll link that to you in the description. This week at Bungie, we gathered around a story-tall projection screen to bask in its warm glow, okay? Team meetings in our studio are equal parts happy hour and pep rally. Da-da-da-da-da. They're looking forward to future stuff for Destiny. It's a thing that they want to be meaningful to people. Given how much it's been played, they think that they're onto something, basically. And they need to bring on the next meal. The next meal for us to devour and eat and... Okay, so there will be new ways for you to build upon your legends. Some of them will be revealed very soon. Others will appear when you least expect them. When you see what I've seen, I hope you'll be as excited as I am. So, okay. Return of the Iron Lords. So, your immediate future as a Guardian includes a return of special events. They've discovered a bunch of things about the player experience from the players, apparently. They've taken those learnings and added them to the new recipe they're mixing in the kitchen. Okay, yeah. I don't know about the language, but okay. Now, this is sort of a talk from the head chef or lead designer, Tyson Green, okay? So over the last few weeks, I'm sorry, man, it's just kind of funny, some of the language. Over the last few weeks, the Tower Plate hosted 2 events, and we learned a lot from both of them. Queen's Wrath will be going back into the oven for a while. With Iron Banner, we've been able to move forward quickly with a lot of your feedback, so here's a look at the next Iron Banner event. Power is going to matter more, apparently. The goal for level advantages in PvP had been just for small advantages. So if you had a player versus a player with equal skill, that your gear would sort of tip the balance slightly, okay? But it was obviously too conservative. Obviously the feedback from everybody, including myself, was that it was way too conservative. In the next one, they're going to debut a much more dramatic difference between players of wide variation in level. They'll detail the changes in an article specifically for the Iron Banner, but because of this is a big change. You can't get into the Iron Banner unless you're level 20 or you're part of a fire team with a leader that is level 20 or higher. Okay, so you can join if you're lower than level 20, but you need a chaperone, basically. But you're going to find it very challenging. Supposedly, you're going to find it very challenging if you're a lower level, and that's the way it should be. Quitting. The goal of Iron Banner was to create a PvP playlist where players would push their game and their equipment harder than ever. To do so, the emphasis is on winning, but that meant players who found themselves losing would be inclined to leave, and that's because you didn't give us any Iron Banner rep for losing, okay? That's the problem, and people would just leave the game. The Iron Lords respect perseverance and tenacity. In the next Iron Banner, players will receive a medallion of iron on a loss. Upon their next win, each medallion they carry will convert into a reputation gain almost equal to a win. Okay? So I'm assuming that if you do not finish the game, you do not get a medallion of iron. So that I like that. I do actually like that. That's going to provide incentive for people to stay in the game even if they're losing, because they'll get this medallion and they get to redeem it next time they win a game. So that's good. And the fact that you wouldn't get it, it doesn't specifically state that, but I would assume if you just leave the game, you don't get that. Armor and weapons. The goal for Iron Banner gear was to provide armor powerful enough to interest most players after a few weeks of gearing up, and aesthetically appealing to all players. But for very advanced characters, wearing exotics and raid gear, the equipment was not powerful enough to consider. Of course, because it was just regular legendary gear. In the next Iron Banner, there will be new exclusive reward armor that will allow you to get to level 30. Basically, your light level 30 for these armor pieces. But it will still only be available in 2 slots per, for the characters, okay? So, for advanced players, yes, of course, this will make them viable, functional, or visual side grades. And I'm assuming it's going to be legendary gear. It's not going to be bumped up to the exotic gear. So that's good. More options. I like having more options of higher level gear because, you know, you can configure your character. There are more characteristics to the armor that you know, maybe I want to wear one that's going to give me more scout rifle ammo instead of more you know, auto rifle ammo. Okay. Iron Banner weapons were already viable side grades for all but the most advanced players, but we would like to expand the options available. In the next Iron Banner, the weapon types available will go from 2 to 4, divided between drops on match victory and purchase from Lord Saladin in the tower. Okay, so we had 2 this time, now we're going to have 4. Bounties. The goal of bounties in the Iron Banner is to push players to prove themselves in new ways while also ensuring that straight-up combat was always valuable to move you towards a higher rank. But some of the bounties required too much and were mutually exclusive in a way that made this worse. In the next Iron Banner, several of these bounties have been tuned down quite a bit, and overall the value of bounties has been bumped up, okay? And they've been moving on to Lord Saladin, so I guess the bounties you won't get from the regular bounty guy, you gotta go to Lord Saladin, okay? Because, you know, people weren't going over to him and talking to him. New feature, reforging. So this is interesting. Timur's Lash, which was the hand cannon, was apparently to Bungie, was exciting because every time it dropped, it would have different upgrades. Okay, so you can get different upgrades on that hand cannon. But due to other issues, apparently, this was inaccessible to most players. I'm not sure what that issue was. Okay, but in the next Iron Banner, Lord Saladin will offer players the option of reforging any Iron Banner weapon, including those from the previous Iron Banner event. That will essentially allow you to re-roll all of the upgrades, so randomly re-roll your upgrades, but if you have progression on that gun, you will lose it. Okay? Also, it will cost you motes of light, and the number is not set for each reforge that you roll. So just save up your motes of light. Don't spend them all with Xur, okay? A new feature, Tempered. With Iron Banner lasting 1 week, some players with working schedules found themselves unable to even consider reaching a higher rank. And, you know, the ranking up to rank 3 was insane. It took a lot, okay? So in the next Iron Banner, Lord Saladin will offer a 12-hour buff called Tempered, which will boost Iron Banner reputation gains. And I'm assuming this is going to cost you something. As the week goes forward, this boost will be increasingly potent to help players starting later in the week to catch up. In Iron Banners after the next, we expect that we will further tune these bonuses by increasing their potency, but limiting their effect to lower ranks. Okay?
Only 5 minutes.
Iron Banner reputation reset. Yeah, I don't know about this. The reputation isn't resetting, okay? But the goal was to bring everyone together to play PvP, and their plan was to reset reputation each week, but they didn't communicate that very well. So in the next Iron Banner, you're still going to have the rank. They're looking at bringing the rep level probably up to 5, and they're going to make some adjustments to help players ascend more quickly through the existing ranks and including up to 5, okay? But I think what they're going to say, actually, in future Iron Banners, we will change over from reputation to an event standing model where ranks are reset, but only after we better tune the effort required to reach the higher ranks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that, but we'll have to see what how they plan to implement that. And disclaimer of ultimate dodge, whatever this is. Some of the above changes are still undergoing internal testing. We may encounter critical issues that force us to postpone a change. We'll keep you posted. So basically, DJ's coming back and saying, what Tyson is saying is that we wanted to welcome you into our process for making Iron Banner more badass, especially since you were a huge part of it to begin with. We're working on reigniting the Flaming Shield before the end of the year. Once we're 100% sure we can meet that deadline, we'll let you know. No matter when it's realized, this is our new and improved vision for the true meaning of war. So, I don't think we're going to get another event until, you know, December, which is unfortunate. Queen's Wrath is probably going to be pushed to 2015. The Iron Banner isn't going to be until December, and I assume the Trials of Osiris, which was talked about sort of a tournament mode PvP, wouldn't come up until at least the next DLC. So we don't have much from a weekly event standpoint coming for the next, you know, month and a half, 2 months, unfortunately. So that's it. Those are the changes. You know, I think they're trying. I think they're trying to implement things to make things better, and I think they're putting their right foot forward, so to speak. And a lot of the things they're talking about here look like they will benefit the Iron Banner in the future and Destiny in general. What do you guys think? Let me know what your opinions are, thoughts, etc. in the video comments. And, you know, we'll see you next Friday, I guess, for the next update, guys. Later!